we're looking at photos on Flickr of the sites used at Rainham by Blue Triangle. So UK aerial photos, this is 1999 to 2003, and you can see that the buses are concentrated up in this corner, and this area is full of containers. This area might have something parked in it. This area is used by London Pride Sightseeing. This one's 2004, and I think this is might be First London, I'm not sure, might be First London. This area might have some use. This area hasn't got buses on anymore, but they're down here now, and the containers have now been bunched up in the middle compared with the earlier shot. And in 2010, all the containers have been cleared. This is the Blue Triangle area, and this is East London Bus Group or Stagecoach. So we're going to do the container shots, which I think are mainly here, but the access road is here, so I don't think this is ever used for access. The buses went round the back. Now most of these are by David Beardmore. This is elbisreverri 2006, and this shows the site as it more or less ended up. So the Blue Triangle are now here. You've got containers. This is now used for bus storage, and you've got more containers at the back where Blue Triangle generally used this corner originally. Now this is Paul. This is when they were operating the 367 under contract to Arriva, and again you've got the all the containers in the background. So I think here, I think the bus is here somewhere. I think so. Now this here in the background is a telehandler to lift the containers, and I think again now this is where things are getting difficult, because if we go through, you've got this post here. There's no clue here, so I think we are here for this one. Now this one, you've obviously got the electricity pylon, so we're looking north. And we must be on this side of the containers in order to see the electricity pylon, if that makes sense. Now these are also high tension wires going across. Now when we come to this image, you've now got the two pylons again. And if we go to Google Streetview, effectively I think we are looking up here. That's why you've got the two pylons. So this image, we are now on this side of the containers looking up. Again, this image, again I think we are on this side. Now going back to this one, there's two things to note here. I think you've got a concrete road surface. We've also got one of the buses used when they were operating the C1, and you can see these trailers parked at an angle, and these are posts for security cameras. So if you move back to this one, you've got the posts for security cameras and the concrete road surface. So this bus might be parked here but facing the opposite direction. But what you've also got then, although it may not be obvious on the photo, there's a fence here, and there's more Blue Triangle buses parked on the other side of the fence. And again, you've got the container handlers there. That's what these posts are for. So when we come back to this image, where you've got the container lorries parked at an angle, this must be down here somewhere on this side of the containers, if that makes sense. Because that's why you got the lorries at an angle. By the way, you remember, see the note of the bus on the Tramlink livery. So obviously, although they were, cause if you remember, I said they were driven by Blue Triangle drivers, some of them. But obviously, the buses were at Rainham rather than Dagenham Dock. Although there's no official record of them being transferred over to Dagenham Dock. I apologise, it is slightly confusing, but I think because of the flexible nature of the site, I think buses can appear on either side of the containers, but the fact that this image here, we are obviously on this side here, because otherwise you couldn't see the pylon from that angle, if that makes sense. Whereas here we're obviously on this side looking up, if that makes sense. So it shows that we could be, both sides were used, and again I refer you to the dates. 2001, 2003, 2003, 2000, that's why it's got the dome on it. 2003, 2000, and obviously this is when the 367. So I'll put links to everything down below. Apologise, this section is slightly confusing, but I'm just trying to illustrate how much things moved around within the site.